Absolutely. Our 39th president believed in the New World Order, and he would not be our last president to do so. Fast forward to September 11th, 1990, when the 41st President George Herbert Walker Bush addressed a joint session of Congress which had been called to deal with the Persian Gulf crisis and federal budget default. In the address, he rapidly referred to a new world order. A new partnership of nations has begun, and we stand today at a unique and epic moment. 100 generations have searched for this infallible path to peace, while 1,000 wars across the span of human. And today, that new world is struggling to be born. A world quite different from the one we know. A world where the rule of law supplants the rule of the jungle. A world in which nations realize the shared responsibilities for freedom and justice. For months after his speech, President Bush gave another address in which he again talked about the New World Order. What is at stake is a big idea, a new world order where diverse nations are drawn together in common cause to effect the universal aspiration of mankind, peace and security, freedom and the rule of law, such a world worthy of our struggle and worthy of our children's future. 2 months after that speech, President Bush addressed Congress yet again, the time commending a successful conclusion to the Gulf War, and again he spoke of a new world order. Until now, the world we know has been a world divided, a world of barbarian will and block, conflict, Cold War. Now we can see a new world coming into view, a world in which there is the very real prospect of a new world order, a world in which freedom and respect for human rights find a home among all nations. Throughout his presidency, George Herbert Walker Bush was a bringer of a new world order. Now move forward to a more recent past. In November of 2008, Henry Kissinger, Nobel Peace Prize winner, former Secretary of State and assistant to the President for National Security. Now that the clear feet of the economic system have been exposed, this requires a new between America and the rest of the world. That's the whole world, ladies and gentlemen, okay? If progress is made on these made on these 2009 will make the beginning of a new world order. Just a few days before the President Barack Obama, Kissinger said this in a television interview. The president elected is coming into office at a moment where there are upheavals in many parts of the world. Similarly, you have India, Pakistan, you have the jihadist movement. So he can really say there is one problem that is the most important one. But he can give a new imprint to America for a policy party because of him is so ignorant around the world. I think his task will be to develop an overall strategy for America in this period when really a new world order can be created. It's a great opportunity. It isn't just a crisis. And then it goes on, ladies and gentlemen. But I want to read this here. Not only have politics and presidents liberals for a new world order, even Pope Benedict XVI, in his letter of July 2009, voiced support for an international paradigm shift in the force of the unrelenting growth of a global independence. There is a strong felt need, even in the midst of a global recession, of a true world political authority. He went on to say, furthermore, such and authority would need to be realized and to be vested with the power to assure security for all. What is there about a new world order that interests the minds of scientists? Okay, I want to go on, ladies and gentlemen, because I want to show you guys this here. They already have the future arrival of the new world order, and I want to show you I want to read to you about the what's it called, the global currency. Right here, they already have it out. By the way, they already showed the coin that will be the new world currency. It says it right here. The fact that America's economic stability is seriously weakening the dollar is no secret to the rest of the world. China and Russia recently took steps to implant their demand to replace the dollar with their dramatic currency by then it goes on and on. But this is the name of the future world United Future World Currency, and the other one's called Unity in Diversity. Unity in Diversity, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, I want to get into this. The Bible clearly teaches us that there is coming a one world government. This is Bible prophecy. God revealed this to Daniel over 3,000 years ago while he was a captive in Babylon. Because King Nebuchadnezzar had a dream of an image. He didn't know what it meant. He saw a head of gold, two chest sides of arms, belly and thighs of brass, and long length of iron. And at the end of the legs were 10 toes on the feet of the image. He called his magicians, astrologers, the soothsayers. He told me what my dream was, and if you, not just what my dream was, but also the interpretation of it. And if you can't, I'm going to put you to death. He said, King, no one has ever asked of such a thing before. You tell us your dream, and we'll tell you what it means. They're like, no, if you can't tell me what it is, I'm going to put you to death. So they found out that there was a Jewish lad that was devoted to his God, Yahweh, Daniel. Daniel was 15 years old at the time. He came before the king, and he asked for prayer. So the time came. Then Daniel went back to the king. He said, God has revealed unto me what your dream was, but not just the dream, but also the interpretation of it. And here's the dream. You saw a head of gold, 2 chest sides of arms, belly and thighs of brass, long length of iron, and 10 toes on the feet of the image. Now this is what your dream is. The head of gold is you, King Nebuchadnezzar, which represents Babylon. The 2 chest sides of arms are the Medes and the Persians. The belly and thighs of brass is Greece. And the long length of iron is Rome. And the 10 toes on the image is that final world government. This is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Right to the point of history. God revealed to Daniel how many world governments there will be. There will only be 7. He didn't mention the other 2 because there was no reason for him to mention the other 2, because King Nebuchadnezzar already conquered them. That was Egypt and Assyria. They were already passé. Isn't that amazing? Because if you read the book of Daniel, chapter 2, it says, the 4th kingdom shall be as strong as iron, and it shall break in pieces and consume these other ones. And that's exactly what happened. Rome was so powerful, it ruled the whole entire world. It consumed all the other kingdoms. And yet, exactly as prophesied in the Bible, the Roman Empire fell. It just broke in pieces. Decline and fall of the Roman Empire. And no other 5th empire or 6th empire has ever replaced it. That's why if you go to Daniel chapter 7, verse 23, so thus he said, the 4th beast shall be a 4th kingdom on earth, which shall be diverse from all others, and it shall devour and trample. It shall devour the whole world, trample it, and break it in pieces. So it just shows you, God knows exactly what he's talking about. No other empire has ever replaced the Roman Empire. There's no 5th empire in history. There's no 6th. No one has ever replaced it until now. It is coming back to life. Nothing is replacing it. That's the still Roman Empire, but it's being resurrected because it's the 4th one, which is still the 4th. Because if you read it, Daniel 7:23, thus he said, the 4th beast shall be a 4th kingdom. In Daniel chapter 2, the 4th beast shall be as strong as iron. It's the same thing. It's being revived, and it's going to be more powerfuler than the Roman Empire of biblical times. This is literally amazing. Never in the history of the world have we ever seen an empire that is going to be this powerful, because the Bible clearly teaches. Time will not allow me to tell you guys all this, but back in 1957, at the Treaty of Rome, the Club of Rome confirmed and ratified that the European Union is the revived Roman Empire. And they were calling Europe to become the new capital of the new Rome. And they have divided the world up into 10 regions, exactly as the Bible said would happen. They have divided 10, not 7, not 6, not 8, not 9, but 10, exactly, number for number, exactly as God said it would. They said that they have a goal, well, they already done, to divide, to regionalize the world into 10 powerful power blocks. And they already have it. Like, it's crazy, it's amazing. Like, they showed it on the European Union, where they have 10 countries. They have everything ready to go. They already have something ready to be implemented to take absolute control over the whole entire planet, the whole entire world, where they can control what you can eat, what you can buy. It's just sick, ladies and gentlemen. This is Agenda 21 playing out. They can take absolute control over everybody. Like, they're very sick people, because they're trying to make it all sound like a good thing. Because say if you're born, say if you have a baby, and your baby's Down syndrome, or has a disease, or a disability, or whatever. They said, that's not right for you to go through that hard time and stress and blah, 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 and pay more money and blah, blah, blah. So they're trying to say it's better if we just kill the infant if it's not a perfect baby. There's something wrong with it. I saw it. It's just crazy. They can seize your private property. Governments are already seizing private property. People are not allowed to have gardens, you name it. Total control over every aspect of everybody's entire life. And at the last G20, I don't know if this was the last one, but the one before, at the G20 summit, they're calling for a one world monetary leader. Now, basically what that is a financial dictatorship, where one person is in control of the whole entire money. And they have future money format. Future money format, ladies and gentlemen. Future money format, where they're discussing what they're going to do. Everything is going into digits. Everything's going into digits. We're going into smart cards. This is the New World Order. It's just amazing to know what the Bible prophesied and seeing it carried out in real time. It's all being fulfilled right before our very eyes, ladies and gentlemen. This is literally amazing. They're being they said what's going to replace the barcodes is going to be RFID tags. They're going to be tracking us everywhere we go. They're treating us like criminals, ladies and gentlemen. But this is what's happening. They can seize your private property, and they can tell you what type of gas you can put in your car, because we all need a safer environment. So we're all living on the same earth, so we all have to come together and create a better environment. This is what they're doing, just like it says in the Bible. We need to make a name for ourselves. We need to protect the world, or else it's going to destroy itself. So the only way that we can protect the world is if we establish a one-world government. But not just a one-world government, people. These people, they want a one-world government, a one-world religion, one-world currency, one-world flag, one-world constitution. Everything is going to be one. They already have a conference, like these people that go to these Earth Charters and all these other formats, meetings. They're already calling for the creation of a global constitution for the whole world, universal, a universal court for the whole world. And Tony Blair is calling for NATO become the future army of the New World Order. It's crazy. Everything's here, man. This is going to be the army of the Antichrist. I'm just excited because my Bible tells me that the Antichrist cannot make himself known until after the rapture of the church. So if we are this close to them getting their one world government running, that means they have to go into dictatorship, and we know that dictator will be the Antichrist. That means we're this close to the arrival of the Antichrist. And we are even closer to the rapture of the church of the Lord Jesus Christ to come get his children. And yet, these are all the signs of the tribulation period. Like, I can go on, ladies and gentlemen. Even the United Nations is calling for a global political system, a global political leader. That's a one-world dictator. The birth of a global nation, that was back in 1992. So maybe national sovereignty wasn't a good idea in the first place. Within the next century, nations will be obsolete, and everybody will recognize a global authority. like it's crazy to know the Bible, and you see it all happening. So Ali, if you're listening to this, the reason why some people are asleep, they don't see the stuff that we see, is because they don't know Bible prophecy. So keep warning people and tell people they need to study Bible prophecy, because I'm telling you, we are living on borrowed time right now, and this is all I got to say. So for my brothers and sisters in Christ, be ready to meet the Lord, because the trumpet is about to blast, and we're about to blast through the atmosphere and go home to be with Jesus. And this is all I got to say, and God bless you all.